the filthy thing out, but look at this. Brand new roll. Hi there, it's Raina and welcome to my new channel, Cozy Discoveries. I'm so glad that you are joining me. I am so passionate about home decorating on a budget, and I love doing DIY projects, and I especially love thrifting. So if those things sound good to you, then stick with me and let's go on our first field trip to the Goodwill Bins. We are on our way to a new Goodwill Bins. It's a great day out, but we're excited to be checking out a new place. We are pulling in to the Goodwill Outlet in Berry Hill, Nashville. The first thing you want to do is get a cart. So I'm starting in the book bins, and I am looking for some older books with hard covers that I can use for styling and home decor. I am also looking for Christmas books. I love Christmas books and to craft with Christmas books. So they have tons of kids books, they have gardening books, they have so many things to select from. This dinosaur book was amazing with such great graphics, and if our son was young, I would have definitely picked this up. And I did pick up this one from Max Lucado on Just Like Jesus. Now let's head on over to some other bins that have some home decor, and let's dig for some treasures. As I fish some things out, I'll show you how I utilize them or switch them up. Let me know if you see any treasures that you would pick up, or if you see items that I might have missed. Please let me know in the comments below. As you're digging through, I suggest that if you are even thinking about an item, you go ahead and put that in your cart and you can review at the end. And then I dug out this bird in this bird cage, and it was a hot mess, but I thought I could do something with it. So that brings us to project 1. So the first thing you want to do with anything from the Goodwill Bins is to thoroughly clean it. So I've gone ahead and done that. As you can see, it's not filthy like it was before. And so what I'm doing is I am taking some white chalk paint from Waverly, and what I want to do is just brighten this up just a bit. And I'm going to do that just by applying just a really thin coating of this snowy white chalk paint to the entire bird cage. I love the chippiness of it, and so I am not trying to make it all one. I want to just brighten it up a bit. Once it's dry, we're ready to apply the next step, which is a clear wax, and this is to just seal it all in. So once that is dry, I decided that the bird that was in there was too big, and so I found this little bird's nest in my stash and this yarn, which I did haul on this trip from the Goodwill Bins. And I thought, you know what, let me just make the base a little bit bigger on this by wrapping some jute twine and some yarn together, and let me add some little greenery to it as well to beef up the bottom. So then I'm just going to attach that nest to the base bottom that I was creating, and I'm adding some additional greenery into the nest as well as some other eggs. And I made those eggs just by simply rolling up some air dry clay into a round shape and then turning them into an oval. And then I decided, you know what, the nest itself is going to need some little greenery pieces added into it so it will coordinate with the base. So I continued to hot glue and stick the pieces of the greenery inside the nest to make it one cohesive piece. And then I added the little birdie on top of the nest to add some further height, and then I hot glued the whole thing into the base of the birdcage. And now let's take a look at how this can be styled. So I've placed it on top of 2 of these older books hauled from the bins, and look at those sweet little birds inside, and I've kept the ceramic bird to the side. So tell me, do you guys shop at thrift stores? Please tell me what your favorite thrift store is in your areas. I'd love to know that in the comments below. And also, as you watch the video, let me know your favorite thing that I hauled and what you'd like to see me flip so that I can create content that you would enjoy. And at the bins, you can also get practical things for organization. I really needed one of these, and I'm hoping it's gonna help. My cabinets did not come even with a shelf, so everything kind of just gets tossed in there. As with all things you get from the bins, you always want to start with cleaning them. So I am using these Clorox disinfecting wipes to give it a nice scrubbing and a clean. And here is how the cabinet looks with that organizer. I could just use another couple, but I did separate all the baking onto this side and then all the regular cookware onto this side. Oh, and what's that in the cart? It's a sandwich board, and I want to make this over to be able to use multiple times, but especially for some friends that I've got coming over for game night. This was such an inexpensive item at the bins. I paid $3.99 for this, and as you can see here, versus buying it for $40 new on Amazon. So I'm starting off by using some regular chalkboard paint that comes from Folk Art, and I'm just going to pour it right on there and spread it on out and cover the entire surface with that sponge brush. After that dried, it did take 2 coats. I am now using some Cricut vinyl that I want to apply to this chalkboard sign. So what I'm doing is pulling the back off so that it's getting ready to transfer. I'm utilizing a ruler with a 0 marker so that I can get that nice and centered, and I'm going to add all the words. And to make sure that it's centered to the top and the bottom, I am applying the top word first and the bottom word next, and that way I will ensure that the middle words can be evenly spaced. Now that the letters are on, I want to zhuzh it up just a little bit more by adding some of this ivy that I also hauled from a previous trip at the Goodwill Bins. And what I'm doing is just cutting the pieces apart with my little wire cutters, and then I am going to wire them all together in the middle and hot glue them into place. And to finish it all off, I wanted to add just a sweet little bow to the top, and I am hot gluing that in place as well. And this is how it turned out. Let me know. Do you like this? Would you have use for a sign like this in your home? And so I'm going to go back to some more digging. One more time to the bins, and look at this beautiful wire basket. I didn't need it, so I did leave it there, but brand new with the tags. And then next up, we're going to take a look at the total haul. So let's see what I got at the bins today. I'm going to start with my most favorite item. Look at this. Oh my gosh, I am in love with this gigantic reindeer pillow, and the back side of it, look, it has all of their names and it zips, and look how much it is. Can you believe that? What a deal. And the bins charges by the pound. So $1.59 a pound at my bins. And so this was under $1.60. Now you might be saying, oh, that seems like a great deal, but I really don't know about a pillow, getting it from the bins. But you know what? All I do is I wash them on the sterilize cycle in our washing machine, and then I either line dry them or I put them in the dryer. And that's the outside as well as the insides. And so I love them, and I think it's a wonderful, wonderful way to get higher quality pillows. Another thing that I got are these beautiful linens. Aren't they gorgeous? These are actually pillowcases, but they can be used not only as pillowcases, but you can stick them outside of a basket and let them hang over. I think they would be so pretty, kind of basically staging them as if they are like a kitchen towel. So I got those. Another thing I got is, I showed you this a little basket. I got this burlap ribbon. I got 2 of these checked ribbon, brand new from Michael's, and $14.99 regular price. And each of these ribbon rolls would cost me under $1.50 at the bins. Isn't that amazing? I have to say, some of the greatest staples that you can always find at the bins are greenery and flowers of every kind. So this is a brand new fern, and it has the Hobby Lobby price tag right on it of $9.99. And so this can be spread apart, can be taken apart, it can be just put like into a terracotta pot. So many uses for that. And then I also found these beautiful flowers. So I can't wait to put those in a spring arrangement. And then I found all this boxwood. So as you can see, I was digging in the bins, and I actually had to go to multiple bins to pick up all of these things. So that is a tip. If you are looking for something, don't give up. Go to another bin and see if it is in there. So always pick up greenery. I got these sweet little baskets. I got 3 of them, and I thought they would be perfect for Easter. So look out for what I do with those. And then you can always get brand new kinds of foam, floral foam at the bins. I also picked up, look, this tiny little, pot with the handles. I thought if I ever made Christmas ornaments or decided to do a tree in my kitchen, how cute would that be? Along with these little mini bun pans. And so I do plan to maybe make some little bun cakes inside of these individual ones, but I also bought them to put in the kitchen in a kitchen tree. So excited for those. And they weigh almost nothing. So my guess is these cost me under 50 cents for all of them. And I've got a little pail too. I found this great. Let me show you a few of the treasures that I found in the books area. This first one is flea market decorating, and it's by Better Homes and Gardens. And right up here, I will go ahead and insert how much this book actually is. And it's filled with gorgeous pictures of how you can use thrifted finds in your home. I am so excited. My husband actually found this. So I just want you to see that as you dig, there are treasures that can always be found, sometimes a lot and sometimes a few, but this is another one this old barn, and right up here I'll insert how much this is, so you can see when you go to the bins why so many people are digging in the book section, because if you wanted to resell these books instead of maybe using them for styling in your home, you certainly could. And here is the last one, and I could only find a paperback version, but this book alone in paperback is $12, and this is a gorgeous hardback book, heavy gauge wire, and you can always use wire. And again, super light, so definitely under $1 for that. I found this adorable little hat. I'm hoping that I'm gonna find a bunny in one of my upcoming trips to the thrift store or to a yard sale, and I thought it would be so cute. Also found this gorgeous. Look at that ribbon. I love ribbon that is stitched, and this ribbon can be used all year round. So Valentine's Day, Memorial Day, 4th of July, Christmas, and especially a summer, right? Don't we love primary colors in the summer? And then I also got these awesome blocks. Did you ever play with blocks like these? Building blocks when you were growing up, but they are all soft and they have a beautiful patina. So I might use these in a display, or I might even use these like as a stand to stand something up in the future, but I thought they were beautiful to add to my stash. So you guys, thank you so much for coming and checking out my new channel. I hope that you will subscribe. Please ring that bell so you'll know when I post my video next week, when I will be showing you some new thrift flips, right? How we can decorate and make beautiful things with almost no money. All right, so thank you so much for spending time with me. I hope you have an amazing day. Bye-bye.